There's no way to reply in a medieval way when you say I, say yes.
Arr.
Good afternoon and welcome to a Heroes and Generals live Devstream. This is episode number 52, live from Copenhagen. I'm Reto Gargamel, and with me is Reto Red Bjarne,
hello,
our game director. And today we will be giving you, I guess, an update on the server status. So what is happening with the servers? What did you eat some lemons? Did life give you lemons?
Servers are not feeling too well.
No. So, but would you, I guess, do the honors and...
I think you should.
I should do the honors.
Yeah.
I will read from my paper. But we've come across some instances of players actually not receiving experience and credits at the end of a battle. So some of the guys who get the empty battle report actually did not get their experience and credits, and we're looking into what's doing that. We're actually working like this. Top priority right now is to get the new stats database running so that we can eliminate that situation.
Yeah. We just ran some tests on it, right?
Yeah, we just did an internal test, and we're hoping to do a public test later on. Actually, we'll tell you more about that later on.
Yeah.
But what we found is that what can happen is that the action host server, basically the server where you have the action game happening, so we got several of those all over the place. When you connect to one of these, it's possible that it loses connection to the server where we store the player data. So when it tries to send your experience and your credits to the player database, if it loses connection, it's not allowed to try again. And I guess we implemented it like that so that our servers cannot overload one another.
Yeah, so you don't get into like a spiral where just like data overload and everything locks up.
But it turns out that in some instances, apparently the data is dropped, and that's not something we want to happen. That's not something you want to happen. So we will be inviting people to test the new stats database on prototype later on. So it's not ready yet, by the way. So we should try to connect.
But
right
we
now.
are running tests on it, like some to see if we can break it. See if anything happens on it when people start to mess around with it. So. And obviously, us being only 30 people in the office, it's not going to put too much pressure on the servers.
No, so we say like that exactly. When you do a stress test, you need to have as many people doing everything at the same time, and
exactly
right. I guess otherwise later on we'll be taking some questions from the chat also.
Yeah, we have some stuff we want to show, and then we'll just cut to some questions from the chat. So
actually,
come up with some good questions.
You did want to show me something, I think. Was it in the action
you
game,
should
right?
just talk about this.
The test we're going to do later on, right? Okay.
Maybe you should present that.
Let's
first.
try, and we'll talk about that.
And we'll just wrap up with that again after we'll go to the questions.
Good
so
idea.
people will remember it.
We should always do stuff in duplicate. No, but it's true. It's like it's going to happen like this when we open the prototype server. Everybody who joins that server will get 100,000 gold. So, but it's going to be only on prototype. You can't take that gold with you back to the real game.
So it's just to be able to just like go crazy and buy stuff and just click on all the buttons and try out a lot of stuff.
So you get to
trying to break the server.
But you get to try out stuff that normally you would have to work your way to. Yeah. So. And so, if you join on prototype later on, you're welcome to just click everything and buy stuff and buy assault teams, deploy them on the campaign map.
And the speed is actually accelerated as well, right? The war is just running super fast.
That's possible, yeah. Because when we run wars on the test servers, because I mean, it would take forever if we were to. Right, run a campaign where you have to move your troops across the map, and there's only like 2-3 people playing the strategy game. So we speed up the time in the strategy game. So if you play the strategy game on prototype later on, you're going to see that everything like is just zipping across the map, like
just suddenly freezing.
or freezing depending on if the test goes well or not. But we're hoping that we can stabilize the new stats DB so that what is it, like very very soon we could.
Yeah, it's moved to the point now where it's actually blocking our next updates because it in our release path it's sitting on us as the next thing will roll up to live. So
it's kind of a bottleneck.
It's a bit of a bottleneck.
Get past so that we can release the Z update.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't named it yet, right? Z.
No.
Zorro. This could be a better
Sindssyg.
Zeta, like Catherine Zeta-Jones. No?
That's weird.
That right? But I think that's all we have to say about.
Yeah, you'll be loaded with gold once you log into the prototype, but it's only on the prototype server. It will not get onto your live account. Sorry about that. That would be nice, I think. Or many would think it would be nice, obviously. Yes, but I think it's just a small thing I wanted to show. We don't have that much to show in this session because obviously we're sort of like between builds and updates. So, but we have some funny stuff that we want to see if we can find it in the map.
There's just one thing. I think Silvermat was supposed to join us. I think he's not the right faction. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna.
All right.
If that's the case, then I'll just have to restart this game and answer. Damn you! Sorry about that.
All right. I'm just gonna check out the chat while you fiddle with your stuff. See if you can.
Oh, he says, "Give me 1 minute."
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can just start. So you wanted to show me something.
Yeah.
We're going to take.
Where are you on the map? Where
I'm on the here. Wait. So I'm at this.
I think you should go to the C.
C.
Yeah,
okay, let's go.
No,
to C.
B.
Or B.
C. Go to C.
C.
Yeah.
So is it that way, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, there's so many trees everywhere. Oh.
Yeah. C.
Yeah, right.
No. Actually, no. I think it was B. Actually. No. C. Just.
You should make up your mind though. Because I mean.
You crazy guy. C.
Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of off-roading. So you were saying C.
C line, yeah. There's some special stuff that we want to show there. Mm-hmm. Who do we have on the as in your passenger seat?
That's
Splixen.
That would be Splixen. Yes. So
C is the silver. What's his name?
Silvermat.
Silvermat. Is he online yet?
No, I think he's probably trying to figure out a way to join this battle. I think he picked the wrong faction.
Excellent.
Because we didn't actually.
I think
agree on that.
I think we need him to be online before we can show the stuff on the sea line. But we can try.
Oh no! Well, I'm gonna need a new motorcycle then, because
you drowned Splixen, you bad man.
Where's my? There. There we go.
Actually, if you see Herr Ville, HR Ville has actually been polishing a little bit on the good old skin for the motorcycle.
I think polishing is quite the word because it's a little bit more shiny.
There's a lot of reflection stuff. He's slowly working his way through some of the really old skins, really old models, and just bumping them up a little bit in quality.
Silvermat just realized that he can only join as US. We'll just load another one.
Yeah.
We'll just end this. As soon as the grace period is over, we need to find something to talk about for a few seconds. I can't start a new battle until the grace period is over for this Is it still 2 minutes? It's 2 minutes, isn't it? Or when you leave a battle,
It's 2 minutes. Yeah.
it's still 2 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I haven't really, unless. There you go. That's great. Okay, so. Is this? Yes, I can work with that one. Should I tell them? There he is. Strange. Oh yeah, now it worked. We were saying.
But that's another map.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I'm sure we can show the same thing on that map.
I'm sure it's on. You have to get the. Yeah, it's on this map as well. So get hold of Splixen. Where is Splixen?
Where is Splixen? Go back for Splixen. Yeah, it's important. Wait, I'm gonna just do this first because it's always
There he is.
Okay, but
what are you doing?
I'm just driving normally.
You could go to the sea.
Yes. It's like, do you want me to do like regular driving or like hardcore driving? Because I could do like some.
Yeah.
Oh no! Splixen, you killed yourself. You're so clumsy. It's so nasty because he doesn't even have a microphone. Like if he did, like I couldn't possibly win an argument. Spawn vehicle, and there we go.
I would like to thank Gargamel for his driving skills. It's amazing.
Right, there you go.
He's a master. Evil Knievel, here we go.
Yeah. All right. So I'm at sea. What did you want to show me?
I'm still waiting for. But try to go to B instead. Oh,
well.
There he was. Goddamn
Okay,
American.
so you wanted to show me this guy?
Yeah.
was that it?
No.
No, wait. You'll probably have to
try again.
You have to try again. Yeah. So.
Did he really just kill Splixen that easy?
No, did he do that?
He didn't die. I thought the Splixen was a god in the game, but apparently not.
So, I'm looking for.
No, it's actually.
Is it a
news
tree?
messes up because it was you who died.
Is it a tree or a rock I'm looking for? Because
It's something with the under the capture zone. Go to the sea line again.
okay. Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh shit.
it's because I like rocks. See,
Yeah.
so I kind of can't resist the urge to go and take like the the tourist detour. Wait. First override spawn delay. Anyway, it's already over. So this time seriously.
Go to the sea point.
Yes. Well, I hope it's kind of obvious what we're doing right now, right?
It's fine. It's fine.
No, because I mean, otherwise, I mean, I don't want to be too mysterious. I mean,
you don't want to be too mysterious. No, but it's
because you know.
Actually, I'm a little. It might not have been compiled to this version yet, basically, because I don't think I can see it.
Maybe I need to try and look from a high vantage point.
All right,
So
I
try
think.
to climb on there and check it out from there.
Yeah. Where is Flixen?
There. See.
That's
That's more like it.
there.
And then. That's a shame.
Well, I actually like the new updated
there we go.
model of the motorcycle. That's nice.
It's
well.
Yeah. Actually,
I think we should.
He put some shine on the American one too. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just walk around with this. Just and maybe make some shade. Yeah, because it's a bit dark, right? What they're saying. So overcast. And spawn vehicle number 5.
Yeah, that one has got a little nice touch
As soon
on
as
as well.
the colors return, we'll be able to get a better look. Yeah, so all the leather also is a little bit more shiny, isn't it? And all the
we have this.
parts that are like chrome.
I think it's called screen space reflection maps that has been implemented into the rendering. That he's starting to put onto the older models. These models have been made a long time ago when the render couldn't do that. So we're slowly adding this rendering effect to the vehicles and the weapons. Well, I think.
Wait. I'll take a closer look at the. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is very, very shiny and nice. I guess now that you have the shiny version, you have to make like the muddy version, right?
Yeah, but I know one of the programmers is working on some new projection stuff, so might do.
Let's look at this one too. Like here.
It's a very clean bike. That is.
It's pretty cool. And now it has a license plate again. I wonder actually why because that was there like a long time ago, and suddenly it just wasn't.
Disappeared?
Just
I have no idea.
Yeah. But yep.
All right. Maybe we should just call it a day and then
and then
go
move on to the serious business.
Yeah, go to the chat and take some questions.
Yeah.
See what people have to say.
You know what I'm gonna do is like now that we have this new setup where I have like 2 screens now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which means I can also go to the chat, and so we can like both look at questions and
It's a crime.
So
So
just start using or asking questions in the chat, and I'll take some of them.
they're already doing that, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the when do we open the prototype server for? Is that now, or is it after the Twitch?
We should ask the wise elders of the internet. I think Robotron might be able to tell us.
Yeah. We have a question here from Shakason. Is there any chance you can increase the F1 report timer so you can actually say sorry? As it is, you have to be on the ball to hit it. Maybe stop the hate for accidental or lemming teammates. Well, we can obviously, we can increase the timer, I think. I don't know why it's set at this specific number, other than it was the number that was picked when it was implemented. We can definitely take a look at that.
Otherwise, you should make a button that says "Say sorry."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And the play session on Prototype is after the Twitch session. So when we say buy, you can go to prototype.heroesandgenerals.com.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that Robotron will post it on the forums as well, or and on the website. Fes125 is asking, when will you add the M18 recoilless AT rifle? It's an ideal counterpart of the PTRD. Let me see, there's a link here. I can see what it is. Everybody just wants that Russian rifle.
What's it called again?
What the? But that's one. That's was it even used in the World War II? Yeah, in the last months, I think it was. What is it? Recoil is sort of like
I'll find a picture and.
That's cool. I haven't actually seen this one before. That's pretty cool.
So, the name was M18 recoilless.
Yeah. But it looks like a bazooka.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so let's say that's it, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna try to get a large image so that when I show it,
It has a scope. That's nice. Well, everybody has been asking to get when the Soviets and the Americans will get a counterpart to the PTRD. And I think at some point we will add it, but I think right now we still think it's fine for the Soviets to have something that's unique for them.
Yeah.
So, but it's cool. It's nice.
I'm trying to save it on a desktop if I can find the desktop. Wait a minute. I think that's good enough.
And Rap Gallen is obviously mentioning some of the other what's called Solotherm, and the Panzerbücher is for the Germans. Yeah, those are some nasty weapons. We will add those at one point as well.
There. So this is the M18 recoilless rifle. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
So and so, but that's. I mean, the ammo is larger than the PTRD, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
That's like.
it's a rocket launcher.
It's nice. So it's like in between bazooka and recoilless
cool.
rifle. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But maybe yeah, I don't know. It's as long as we've seen it used, then we'll add it. But I think we have some rifles that we want to add as well, for the Germans at least. Let's see if there's some more questions here. Yeah, you have to in the chat. If I have to be able to see your questions, you have to mark them to Red Bjarne. Otherwise, I'm just gonna scroll past them. What about the questions? This Burnout DV is asking, what about the questions from the forum? If
That's true. We didn't say that. Next week, we're doing that next week actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We I think Robotron opened it. Yeah. So there is a forum thread. I think in a few seconds Robotron will put it on the chat. So there's a forum thread that's open for the Q&A session that we'll do next week. And if all goes well, I guess the week after that we'll start showing some features for maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully,
for the next
that
update.
DB is along the way. Let's see. Yenf991 is asking, when do we get new American weapons? I see if I can remember correctly that it's probably going to take a while before we add some more for the Americans, I think.
You're doing the sarcasm again. Well, as long as I say it, right? Then it's fine. You can do it. Yeah, but somebody has to say it's sarcasm.
Yeah. Karl Heinzer is asking, will there be any chance the skins for the uniforms will go down again? The most expensive one is a lot. And the thing is, the prices on the gold and the credits doesn't necessarily correlate in the game. If you notice that for items that are you could say more vanity it's like skins and stuff like that, stuff that's not directly game changing, those will have a much higher credit price than the gold price. But it requires you to take out your calculator in order to notice that. So that it's not very obvious that it's only the credit price that has gone up for some of the uniforms and not the gold price. Some of the stuff in the game is actually pretty cheap when you look at the gold price, and you could say that it's fairly expensive in the credit price. But that's kind of like the way we have taken our like take on the free to play model. Obviously, I think it's nice that it's possible to buy everything for both currencies, but we skew it in some areas where we think it's more, so you could say legit to pay for your stuff.
Because it's vanity stuff.
It's vanity stuff.
Not, it's not making you better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I know that. I mean, I got some feedback from the guys who like already purchased their uniforms for gold back when it was only available for gold, and they were kind of offended that we made it even possible to buy them for credits.
Yeah,
they wanted it to be exclusive, but then I mean, that's not the.
It's a huge discussion about that, but I think that's our standpoint. That it's this is the model that we follow, and we'll stick with it. I know that it's sort of like it's the rule that you should be able to. Some people would actually like to get it completely separated. So that some stuff you can only buy for in-game credit, but also it's. I tend to see we like to have a system where we serve both like extremes, because most players actually use both credits and gold. They use it as in a combination of the two. So when we look at our statistics, it's sort of like a fantasy that you have this guy only buys his stuff for gold. That doesn't really happen. Most of the players have a combination of the two. And I can also say that the number of players who actually pay something and buy something for gold is very, very low. So you are probably not very likely to meet somebody in the game that has bought all his stuff for gold, which is an argument. Obviously, I'm not going to release any of the numbers directly on what we have, but I can safely say that it's a very low number of people who actually buy their stuff for gold. It's more likely that you actually just meet somebody who has
played
the game a lot when you meet some with modded rifles and everything. So at some point we probably should start to show some of those numbers, but right now we have to be a little bit secretive about that stuff. But I can just say that it's a fairly low amount of players. So, but obviously a lot of myths and a lot of speculation is always on this subject. Everybody thinks that the whole enemy team is obviously
wallet warriors.
Yeah, wallet warriors, but they're actually very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find some more questions.
I saw quite a few okay questions flying by. I mean, a lot of the stuff they're asking about is.
Can you show the Soviet bike, please? That's the Dromix HD.
The what?
The new model. I think he just wants to see the motorcycle with the Soviet skin on it.
Right, which is the same, the Lend-Lease.
Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same shininess. It's
is it really any different now? It's a little bit.
It has a different skin. Obviously, it has a red star and stuff on it, but it's only the
certainly.
diffuse.
I'm just gonna load up the map and do that. Does this guy have a motorcycle? Yes, he does.
And then Sea of Scrolls is asking if you add AT rifles for the other factions, will you add the PTRS for the Soviets? Oh yes, I love that. The PTRS, if I remember correctly, it's the semi-auto anti-tank rifle, right? That's going to be awesome. Well, actually, we should add that before any of the others. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm being sarcastic again. Everybody seems to be talking about skins. They all want skins for the weapons. Yes, we are adding skins as we go along for the different weapons. People do like their skins.
And the ability to change headgear, that's not too far away, is it?
It's not too far away. No,
it's not for the next one, but
no, it's
getting there. Right?
We have started the production on different helmets and camouflage for the helmets and everything. It's just they just need to get into the whole system. There is one here who is asking. Schwarz is asking, are you going to add MG nest bunkers around the map? We have been looking into adding like stationary heavy machine guns to replace the AA guns in positions where they can be used against infantry, because it's not our intention. There's a few glitches here and there in some of the maps where AA guns has been set up to be used as against infantry, and that is at some point going to be changed. So we will probably add the heavy machine guns as fixed position guns, but that's not for the next build at least. Private George A.T. YouTube is asking, does Razor Motor hires physicists?
As in to work on the physics? Do we have anybody who's like a physics nerd?
I think half the programming staff is physics nerds. So we don't hire people with super specific skills like that. We'd rather just to have some good programmers.
So
there is the Soviet bike.
I had the stars are a little bit more. They stand out more, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
There is Ace Kenway saying, question, can you please change the shell impact sounds on different calibers? We can do that. It's something we would actually like to do a bit of a sound overhaul at some point, because it is nice to be able to tell different ammunition apart from the sound. Also to tell the different weapons apart from the sound. So that's a good question.
Yeah, that's one thing actually. I find that I've seen quite a few players do that. Grab the enemy's rifle just because it confuses everybody.
Yeah. That's
like if you hear your faction's sound coming from behind you, you're not gonna imagine that you're gonna get shot in the back.
Yeah,
and
that's a good.
So yeah, definitely. Sound is a very important aspect of that.
Torello22 is asking, are you considering to make joint war battles possible only from the campaign map, or at least from the battle list, and not with the random matchmaker?
That's actually, I think we answered that one a long time ago. Wasn't there a question of having to basically get enough people to fill up the war battles? And
we are remaking the filters and for the squad system matchmaker, and obviously the more specific you can be on your choices, the harder it is for the matchmaker to find a battle for you. So I think some people will cry when I say this, but we're going a little bit backwards on some of these things, where the war missions will be more in the you can say the generals on the generals terms. So as a soldier, you are the matchmaker will pick fights for you or pick battles for you, and only in the staged missions you will be able to make a more detailed filter. I think the last time I saw the new menu in the war mission, it was the only options you have as a soldier is to join on what type of game mode you would like to play. So you cannot choose specific maps, for example. And that's simply because the generals need you to play or to fight the maps. So having soldiers to be too specific about where they want to fight, it's just not it's not very.
It slows down the whole process of matching people together, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's also the generals want they want soldiers to fight the match. Obviously, we are looking into the fact where you can sort of like link the squads and the generals together, because that's one thing people would like to know. They want to pick specific fights battles in order to play in with their assault teams, but. We're just gonna let the matchmaker prioritize if a player have assault teams in the battle, instead of having them having the possibility to actually pick the specific battle.
Actually,
but the stage one is going to be a lot more open, and one of the reasons for all this is simply the fact that waiting times and matchmaker is just. It's very hard for them for it to actually. There's simply not enough battles to be able to serve everybody in a good time. So it's better to have less options actually. So.
But would that still be like in the stage battles? You would still have the choice of what map you want to try.
Yeah. Because some people like to sort of like train some certain maps. But in the war, you don't have much choices other than just don't get killed. Let's see if there's some more questions here. Granny Kisses is asking, could you add a badge that unlock bushes you can put on your tank APC car for better camouflage? I know Mr. Wille has been talking about adding that stuff for a long time, like branches and stuff that would be better camouflage for you, especially for your tanks. But yes, that would be awesome. We haven't got a good system for that yet, but it's definitely something we would like to put in at some point. Obviously, it poses some problems. Is that if you put green leaves on your tank in a forest filled with yellow leaves, it's going to stand out. And if you put it has to sort of like go with the terrain in some way. But maybe that should just be up to the player. I don't know. Joseph Da Bomb 190 is asking, what will the US fun Kettenkrad vehicle? I would recommend the M2 high-speed tractor.
Oh, which one is that? Actually, I'm gonna.
That's a funny one. I have been looking at that one as well. I can only say that I'm not going to name the specific vehicle, but it's something along those lines. We have been looking at the American tractors. I think they are awesome. Those we would like to add more like funny vehicles. And we have several of those in production already, so you will see more of these small vehicles in the game.
Let's see that. So the M2, is it this one?
Yeah, I think so.
This one?
It's also an M6, I think.
That's an M2. All right,
check that out.
So I'm gonna, I guess, just move this here. There, that's the M2 high-speed tractor.
That's funny.
Yeah. That looks like it looks like a motorboat.
Yeah.
Kind of has the same little,
that's true.
cabin. But the other one, there's the M6 also. I think we showed it last time. That like it's a possibility.
Yes, but there's several of those. The Soviets have several funny ones as well. So yeah, good stuff is going to happen for the infantry. It's Heroes and Generals is much a game that's sort of like it has its base in the infantry, which is why I would like to add a lot of infantry vehicles to the game rather than just very specific tanks and planes. Obviously, the tanks and planes will follow along, but I think it's nice that it's actually a game that can utilize these sort of like weird vehicles and weapons. So
I wonder if I can. Maybe I can.
There is the Yenf 991 who is asking for the M1941 Johnson machine gun. We need that, the Americans say. Yeah, it's a cool machine gun. I know it's.
Let me find it.
Yeah, it's actually almost identical to the FG42 in its design, which is pretty strange because it's.
What's it called? M1941.
This one, yeah. No, yeah.
Is it that one?
This one, yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure I find a large picture. Wait.
Not the rifle,
but not that.
the LMG.
The LMG.
The one with the magazine sticking out of the side.
Oh, okay. So, well, I had it in small format. This one, right?
Yep.
All right. So actually, I'm just gonna open that one. Image and. Johnson.
This baby. It's awesome. The funny thing about this,
it's true. It looks like that.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's in parallel during the war. The same requirements was sent to both the American army and the German army from the high command. And they needed a gun that could do this and this and this. And the engineers just by pure accident came up with almost the identical solutions. That's so like it's a freak out. They just came up with this has to be this and this design, and it's like so they look a lot the same.
That's true. Even the sight, the iron sight here is it's got this little cylinder.
You can also see the magazine on the side that feeds into the. Another fun thing about the FG42 is actually the base for the American M60 machine gun. So Americans borrowed a lot of the German tech after the war, but this was actually developed during the war. So it's a nice gun. Then there is Great R2 is asking, would you consider opening up, making skins and camo and such to the public, CS:GO and Team Fortress 2 style? We have considered it, and right now it's a no, because just the checking on the different, so we don't write any offensive stuff on the skins and stuff like that. It's just going to be a nightmare for us to do, and we're not super interested in just having Hello Kitty weapons all over the place. I'm sorry about that, but we'd rather just continue making some skins on old. Obviously, if players have suggestions for skins they would like to see, you can make a thread on the forum, and we'll get inspired by them. Let's see if I have another question here. Broken Shield D4 was it? Broken Shield 4 is asking, will we get more customization for the tankers? I feel they don't have enough customization since they don't have custom uniforms. I think we should be able to name tanks and other vehicles, as these are more commonly named than a named gun. And that is correct. We are looking into adding the rename vehicle thing into the game. So and obviously at some point more customization for the tankers. It sounds like an excuse that I always say, but we are still a fairly small team, so we have to sort of like pick our areas for each update where we want to put in new stuff. Obviously, the more consolidated the game becomes, and the more financial stable the Regimoto is, the more we can actually start to like, broaden our scope on what to add to the game. But right now we'll just add what we can safely do, actually. So and the upgrades for the vehicles are not just around the corner, I think. There's some server stuff that needs to be fixed first.
You may have heard about it.
Yeah, this Maschinengewehr 42 is also the same thing as it would be cool if you could add upgrade system to the Kübelwagen to replace the MT34 with the MT42. It would be cool to be able to actually mount different guns, machine guns on the Jeeps. I'm pretty sure that Ville is already looking into that.
Can I land this thing?
Etzion is asking, when will you guys add coats, uniforms for officers' ranks? It's becoming very boring really fast when everybody looks the same. Yeah, it's... we have actually started looking into some uniforms for the officers. I think it's at least the Americans' officer, like the field uniforms, are almost identical to the grunge ones. There's only, I think it's a short jacket rather than a long jacket. Germans have much more different uniforms than the Americans. So yeah, I think it would be cool to have a specific uniforms for officers.
That's not how you take off. But
let's see if there's some more questions here. Private George A. YouTube is asking, could you redesign the UI where we choose the soldiers and maps before the battle? I think there is too much space for the text and not enough space for the soldiers and maps. I'm tired of scrolling up and down to tick the things I want. That part of the UI is actually right now being completely redesigned for the squad system. So yes, your wish is granted. I know I've seen some of the stuff that the UI team is coming up with. I think it's pretty good. So
let's see if can I see my house
Herr
from
Nerland is asking, will you add faction-specific trucks as an alternative to the APC? I assume he means just regular trucks, like the civilian truck, just an army truck.
Maybe transport.
Yeah,
Transport trucks.
transport trucks. I think that is probably something that we are looking into. As I said before, more vehicles for the infantry, more basic stuff for the vehicles for the infantry. So you might get lucky at some point. BaruonyX101 is asking, will you ever add shotguns to this game? Yes. Thrillbird is asking, speaking about weapons, I remember probably almost 2 years ago there was a mortar showing in the loading screen. Is there any plans of implementing those at any time soon or in the future? Well,
the question comes every 2 weeks, I think.
It does. Right? Everybody wants the mortars, and I think even Ville is probably one of the guys that wants it the most. He was one that actually made the image just to make sure that we didn't forget about mortars. We have actually mortars for all 3 factions, but we don't have a good system for shooting them in the game, in the action game, and we would like to do a little bit more talking about how we actually implement them, because I think the mortar is just one part of a whole new weapon system that I think we should implement in the game at some point. Mortar is just a small version of it, and then that would obviously lead to the next one, which would be assault guns, howitzers, maybe even the dreaded Sturmtiger, like crazy weapons like that. But we just need to figure out how they fit into the game in a good way, because they can get really annoying because they are obviously made for shelling, and people hate that. But I'm sure we can come up with some good suggestions on how to add them. If any of you guys have suggestions, so you can feel free to discuss it on the forum. We'll take a look at it.
So that's what happens. I just found out what happens when you land outside of the map boundaries. You can't get out of your plane. That's how you fix it.
Then don't
Right now, but I've never tried it before. Sorry.
I'm gonna scroll. People are they're reposting the same question, which is quite annoying because I stopped the scroll so I can just. Sea of Scrolls is asking again, when is the Panther going to be added? The Germans are currently very lacking in medium tanks. Well, last time I checked on our content track, it was there somewhere, but it seems to be there's constantly something that's more important that just gets on top of the Panther. But if you're lucky.
So, is it? It's about time to, I think, maybe recap the invitation, maybe to the prototype server.
I'm just gonna
while you're reading.
Yeah.
In a few minutes, we'll be opening the prototype server, and I think Robotron will put the address, the URL to the login page. It's on up there. Okay, so. When we say go, I guess it's going to be possible for you to log in on Prototype, and you will be given 100,000 gold to spend on whatever you feel like. You just go nuts, buy assault teams, buy all the characters you want, and the idea is that we want you to load the stats database by basically just creating activity by just doing all kinds of stuff. So we're going to be running this test until when? It's like starting now until it breaks, or until hopefully 4 hours.
4 hours.
So if it doesn't break in 4 hours, then it's a good thing, right? So we're hoping that it lasts 4 hours then. And so that's about it. We're going to be actually joining you on Prototype also to kind of take part in the fun. And I guess we'll take a few more questions.
I can see the chat is just. I'm still at way up at the top of the chat, so probably talking too much here. There's so many questions. I think I have some about Twitcher friends when they play the game. We go into the game once in a while into the chat in Twitch, and obviously ask questions in there as well. So
right,
because I didn't get through all these questions today.
And I think Robotron sent you the link for the forum thread.
Yeah.
So I guess it's always a good thing to give it to just copy
There's
it into the chat. Yep. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, that's true. Important detail, if you want to join the Prototype server, it's only possible through a browser, and we recommend using Firefox. So ideally, install the game from Prototype on Firefox, and you'll be able to take part in the test. So again, it's not possible to join through Steam. You have to use a browser. If what does that say?
Oh, there's a lot of questions. Sorry, I can't answer all of them.
Okay.
We don't have time for that.
If you use Chrome, you would have to find the Prototype plugin in the Chrome store. It's more complicated, so that's why we recommend Firefox. But I think technically, if you go to the Chrome store, you might be able to find the plugin to run
I think
prototype.
So. I just did that.
heroesandgenerals.com. But yeah, ideally it's just Firefox or Internet Explorer if you're still rocking Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
And that's about
then
it.
Then go break our servers, please.
Yes.
So we can get that the new and super sturdy StatsDB up and running, so we can get rid of this super choppy experience that we have right now.
Yeah.
It's,
also, again, next week we'll do more Q&A from the forum. And I think did we post the forum thread?
I just posted the
super
the thread.
And now prototype is open. So Los Gates. I guess we'll do the usual announcements. This, if you missed the intro, we were talking about the server woes that were afflicting everybody and how we're going to fix this. And we showed a little bit of the new skins on motorcycles and took questions from the chat. So we will be putting this episode on YouTube later on, and it's going to be available on Twitch for a while. You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. What's the other one? I keep forgetting. There's always one. Facebook. Did I say Facebook?
I don't know.
I
didn't listen to you.
Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, la la la. The internet. And and so we'll be seeing you on the prototype server in a few minutes. I'm going to go join over there, put my face in a place where you can shoot it. And otherwise, I'll be wishing you a very pleasant weekend. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. See you next week.
Bye-bye.